Hey, Travis, Trevor Gross from CUTalkers.com here. It's been a long time since you've thrown an interception. You could break Russell Wilson's ACC record this week. Just what was going through your mind on that first possession against Miami when Roche dropped into coverage, seemingly had the interception, but it was offsides?
Yeah, just a bad play by me. I mean, I had the tight end a little out route, just threw it kind of late. Let him drop underneath it. But if I would have thrown it quicker, I think I had him. But it's a good play by him. I think he ended up dropping it either way, but I was glad they were offside, so we got a couple yards there. But, yeah, just a bad play by me. But I'm not thinking too much about that. I know that when you play ball and you play in our offense and the way we operate and take shots and push the ball downfield, like at some point, more likely than not, it's going to happen. Obviously, I'm trying to protect the ball as much as I can, and I feel like I've done a good job of that besides the fumble on Saturday. But I think if you worry about that too much, you get too timid and you don't operate the way our offense is supposed to in the most productive way. So I'm really not trying to think about it too much. Obviously, still not trying to turn it over, but as far as how long it's been, I'm just trying to go one game at a time. But definitely proud of that because that's something that's important to me is taking care of the ball.
Trevor, Joe Gorcho, WIS. It's obviously been a couple years since you last were in Atlanta, which seemingly was your coming out party, so to speak, where you had a phenomenal game, and then the next week you were named the starter. What do you remember about that game in Atlanta and the whirlwind that followed with you going from number 2 to number 1?
Yeah, I mean, it was the week wasn't it was same as any other week. Just preparing those first few weeks like I was the starter, just because I knew I was going to have a few opportunities to play and just wanted to be ready. And I think that week, can't remember exactly how I got in the game, but went in some point in the first or second quarter and just was ready. I mean, that's all. I knew the game plan, had been studying, and just did whatever I could. Took what they gave me. And ended up playing a really good game, which was cool. Being 45 minutes from my house was really cool. We had a lot of people there, a lot of family and friends, so it was a lot of fun. But, yeah, I mean, that's just – and that goes for anyone. Any of the quarterbacks on the team now, any other position is just always to be ready. You never know when that chance is going to come. So that was a lot of fun for sure, and I'm excited to go back. It's kind of like a home game for me.
Do you remember what that week was like, though, following? I mean, could you describe kind of the emotions you went through? I mean, obviously you were close with Kelly. It was a tough, competitive quarterback battle. Do you just remember that whole transition taking place and just what was going through your mind at the time?
Yeah, it was crazy. Mixed emotions for me, for sure. A lot of obviously I was happy. Something I had worked for and was hoping would happen eventually. But also, like you said, Kelly was one of my friends. We were close, so it's definitely a weird situation because you know how long he's been here, how hard he's worked, and what he's done to help this team. And the year before had a great season, all those things. So it's definitely not the easiest thing, but just trying to support each other through the whole thing, and never wanted to step on his toes, and I just went to work. And so whenever they named me the starter, I knew that was just the beginning. I still had a lot of work to do, but it's definitely kind of a weird situation when that happens.
Trevor, Brad here from Clemson SI. How much do you actually think about the Heisman Trophy and being the front runner right now? I mean, do you ever just, even for a second, just say, hey, I hope I have a good game so I can stay in the Heisman race?
I really don't, honestly. I mean, obviously I can't sit here and say it wouldn't be awesome and really cool to win the award, but I just want to win, and that's been my thing ever since I've been here, and that's true. I don't just say that just because it sounds good. I want to win. I've realized that I'd rather play an okay game and win than play a great game and lose. So, I mean, that's just how I've been. That's how I've been brought up. The teams I've been on. I've been fortunate to be on a lot of teams that have won a lot of games. So when you lose one, it's definitely I hate that feeling, hate losing. So that's my main focus is winning, and I know that the way we operate here at Clemson is Coach Sweeney does a great job of making sure that we build our depth. And I just love when other guys get opportunities to play. So my goal is to get in there, take care of business, and the whole offense take care of business. So those other guys can get in and play. So we're not looking to pad stats to make ourselves look better than we are. I mean, we're just into winning games and playing the best we can. So I know that's sometimes that can go one way or the other, but man, I just want to win. If that comes along with it, then I'd be super honored and I'd be grateful for it, and it would be really cool for myself and for Clemson. But man, I don't know. Travis keeps playing like the way he's playing. He'll have a shot. So, but I don't know, man. I don't think about it too much. I think it's definitely dangerous if you start thinking about that stuff too much.
I was going to ask you, do you feel like you have a worthy opponent as a Heisman candidate there in your own backfield?
For sure. I mean, I hadn't seen a better player in college football personally, so that's all I'll say. Whether he wins it or not, guy's unbelievable. You just watch, you turn on a game and watch what he can do on every play. It's unbelievable. But we're just going to keep working, getting better.
Travis, Trevor again. Miami is a team that obviously talks a lot of trash to opponents, and we saw that on Saturday. But do you feel like maybe you're the recipient of a little bit more of that than others just because you've become the face of college football?
I think it's just natural, being the quarterback of any team in a big matchup, and even just, every other game too. It's like, being the quarterback, you just expect that. I know guys from other teams get the same thing. But yeah, I mean, definitely. But I mean, it's fun. I love games like that. There's a lot of emotion. It was really, really exciting, really fun. And, I kind of welcome that. It's like I said, that's what I feel like that's what football is. It's fun. Guys are emotional, excited, and just having fun playing.
Hey, Trevor, it's Josh from the Post-Courier. How much would sentiment that you'd rather play poorly in a win but rather than play well in a loss reinforced by the national title game last year?
Yeah, well, I'll say first of all, I played bad and we lost, so that was even worse. But that's just, losing that game, you just realize, like, for one, you have an appreciation for winning. We won 29 games in a row, and I mean, we always respected the process every week, and we knew what it took to win. But you still, like, after that long, you forget what it's like to lose, and you realize, man, it's hard to win every week. And I think the teams that can do it consistently, that shows how good you are, how consistent you can be. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to just embody consistency. I think that's one of the most impressive things for a program and a team is if they can consistently play well no matter who they're playing. And that's what we're trying to do here. But yeah, that just shows you. I mean, it's hard to win, and you go up against a team like LSU was last year, a great team. And even then, we had some opportunities to take control of the game, to take the lead, to score, and to stay in it. And we didn't do that. Especially me, I didn't do that. So learned a lot from that game, and just realized that when you're playing against teams like that, the margin for error is a lot smaller, and it makes you realize how important the regular season is. And each game, no matter if it's a top 10 game like last week or this week, there's not as much hype around it, but Georgia Tech's a great team, and you got to prepare the same way. And you realize that every week you're preparing for eventually you're going to be in a situation where the margin for error gets really small, and you got to be prepared and you got to be playing well. So that's what we're trying to do, keeping that in mind every week.
Hey, Trevor, this is Will with the Clemson Insider. Do you ever – is it different for you this year that you're starting this game against Georgia Tech as opposed to last time you didn't start? And also with COVID and all that and the limited fans, how many people are you going to have from your family and friends there for the game?
Yeah, we actually get more tickets than we have been for the other away games. Now we get 4 tickets this week, which is we've been getting 2 for some of the other away games. So I guess we've only had 1 at Wake Forest where we didn't get any because of North Carolina state laws. But I'm going to try to get as many as I can for my teammates and stuff, obviously, because it's close to home for me. I know a lot of guys. It's still pretty close, so a lot of people are going to be coming from everyone's families. But I'm going to get as many as I can for my friends and family. So, but, yeah, I'm excited. That's always a fun one.
And does it feel different for you this time being that you're the starting quarterback as opposed to coming off the bench?
Oh yeah. Not really. Honestly, I'm preparing the same way. We'll be ready. Just trying to own the game plan. Get ready for them on Saturday.
Hey Trevor, it's Matt with the state. Dabo's talked a lot about Joseph Ngata and just what he brings to the offense. Just when he gets back, what do you feel like he can do for you guys? And is all the hype real that Dabo keeps mentioning?
Yeah, I mean that's one of our top receivers, and we hadn't had him the past 3 games, and you've seen we've still been pretty productive. But you can just imagine having him back to add to that is definitely going to help a lot. So he's an awesome player, strong, fast, smart, all those things. Just what you want at receiver. And once he gets back, I'm excited for him to get back healthy and see how he plays. I know he's going to play really well, but he's definitely going to be a big factor for us.
Trevor, Brad again here. Each and every week you're seeing more and more games that are either getting postponed or canceled throughout college football. From a player's perspective, how stressful is it going through all the COVID-19 testing every week and wondering if you're not only going to have all of your teammates healthy, but will the other team be able to play? And what's that like for you as a player?
I mean, I've gotten to the point now, I'm trying not to worry about it. I mean, obviously I'm trying to be responsible on my end and my close circle, just trying to keep that pretty much the same people, but I hadn't worried about it too much. Just we're getting tested 3 times a week, and we've done a really good job. I can't remember. We haven't, we can count on one hand the amount of positives we've had in the past couple of months. So we've done a really good job here. I think our team's been really accountable in that way. And the other teams that we've been playing, every team that we've played, I don't think there's been guys that have been out really, not that I've seen or noticed. So I think people are doing a good job. Obviously, the bad always gets highlighted more than the good, especially in this because, I mean, it makes sense. That's a big story if a team can't play. But I think for the most part, college football is handling it well. I think teams are doing a good job of limiting the virus for sure. So be interesting to see going forward, how it goes. But I think we're doing a great job right now.
Hey, Trevor, this is Sam Gaskins with ABC Columbia. Coach Sweeney earlier was talking about some of the things he thinks that make you a great NFL prospect at quarterback. And one of the things he mentioned was your ability to stay great where your feet are. I know that's something you guys talk about a lot. I was curious this season how much harder that mentality has been to hold, staying in the moment when you have so many things ahead of you to look forward to.
I mean, I think for me it's been easier than ever, just because I have more of an appreciation for where I'm at. Just understanding that more than likely this is going to be my last season. I really just appreciate where I'm at. It's kind of bittersweet because I realize like how fortunate I am to be at a place like Clemson and just surrounded by really good people. And that makes it a lot easier to be great where my feet are, to focus every day on just being the best I can while I'm here because I know I won't get these days back. So it really hasn't been that hard for me just because I've kept that in mind. But I know there's a lot ahead. But I mean, I'm at such a good place, on such a good team, such a great program. It's kind of hard to beat that. So I want to enjoy it and really get the most out of it.
Hey, it's Trevor again. The tight end throwback to Galloway on your first score. How much fun is it for you when you bring new wrinkles like that to the game plan? And how good was it to see the offensive line execute it the way they did, and for yourself to sell it the way you did?
I mean, it was awesome. We ran it in back in fall camp against our defense in a scrimmage, and I think we got a first down, but I think we only got like 10 yards or something. So to execute it in a game perfectly, just like you draw it up, is a lot of fun. And for us, we're just excited. When we have those plays in, we're just waiting on them to call them. And when they signal it in, I think everybody's like, it's about to score. So we're super, excuse me, we're super excited, and that's always fun running plays like that, especially when they work.
Trevor, this is Larry Williams with TigerIllustrated.com. A lot of times in the past, when players of your profile are going through it for the third time, it wears on them, being sort of the face of the program and having to continually answer questions from people like us and do all the things, sort of have the extra obligations that you have. Has it worn on you at all, or are you just do you just enjoy the experience from beginning to end?
Yeah, I'm just trying to enjoy all of it. Like you said, I mean, it's depending on how you look at it, it can be a lot, but also it's a good opportunity to, for me, I mean, it's a good opportunity to show people who I am, to be a leader in a different way than just, on the field. And I look at it like that for the most part, and just enjoying it. I know, if my career goes the way that I hope it does, it's just going to be more and more of things like this. So just getting used to it, enjoying it, and that's really it. That's how I look at it.
Trevor, you turned 21 last week. I'm assuming you didn't go downtown like most collegians on their 21st. Did your teammates do anything special to observe your birthday?
Not really. I mean, we have so many birthdays every week here, but everybody told me happy birthday. Coach Streeter and his wife got me a little cupcakes and balloons and all that. But no, I just didn't do too much. Obviously, didn't go downtown, but it was a good birthday.